Hey Nancy, let's check this out. Computer store is having an incredible sale. The price on one model is reduced by 10%, then the sale price is reduced by another 20%. So if X is the original price, the sale price can be represented by this following expression. Okay, so basically what we have here, X minus 0.1X, well that's the same as 10% off of that original price. So this is our 10% reduction minus 20% of that reduction again. Okay, so that's just modeling what's happening here. So let's copy that down and then we'll factor out x minus 0.01x from each term. Okay, so let me just get into my Word file here. We're going to have x minus 0.1x, okay, so that's our first one, minus 0.2 times x minus 0.1x. Let me just make sure I copied that down correctly. Okay, so we're going to factor out that term, and the term they're telling us to factor out is right here. We want to factor that out both times, right? This is our GCF from each term. So let me get a better color here. So here, if I write that down, that's going to be x minus 0.1x. That's our GCF. This is no different than factoring out binomials. That's all this is a binomial. So here when I divide it by that, x minus 0.01x, we get 1. So in my brackets here, that's going to be 1. And when we'll do the same over here, x minus 0.01x, this will cancel out, and I get minus 0.2. Okay? So that's the first step right there. Just doing what they told us to. We're just factoring that out. And that's where we get that 1 at minus 0.02. Okay? So don't simplify, just blast that in. Then, the previous answer, we can simplify that. So if we think about this, we can combine like terms here and here, right? So this is x minus 0.01x times, and we're just basically going to take that away. This is going to be like 0.8, right? 0.8 on that one, okay? And then you could basically distribute like so. So if we distribute this out, that's going to be 0.8x, or out times x, minus, and then this is going to be 0.8. Let me get the old calculator going here so I don't lie to you. 0.8 times 0.1 is going to be 0.08. So negative 0.08x. Again, there's an x term here, and we can combine those two like terms. So we got 0.8 minus 0.08, which is going to be decimal 72, or 0.72x. So that's part B. We just basically combine like terms, but then we can distribute and then combine like terms again. Alright, so that gives us 0.72x. And then basically from there, I mean that's kind of where I think your question comes from. You can then basically use our simplified version here to answer these questions. So with a 10% reduction followed by a 20% reduction, is the computer selling at 70% of its original price? Right? So basically, if we took 10% off and then we took 20% of what was left, is that 70% of its original price? And I think clearly if you look at this, it's not, is it? It's 72%, it looks like, of the original price. But anyway, you can take it from there. I hope that helps answer your question. If it doesn't, let me know.